folks, it's Jeff here. Just a quick reminder, if you're loving Disney Coast to Coast, there are a couple of easy ways that you can support the show. We'd love it if you could rate and review us on iTunes, or wherever you listen to the show. This is a simple way to help other Disney fans find us. Also, go ahead and share your favorite episodes on social media and be sure to tag us. You can find all of our social media information at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. And finally, I just want to say thank you to all of you who listen every week. Your support is very appreciated, and we love that you're enjoying our Disney geekiness. Now on with the show.
Is your magic meter running low? Well, we've got a cure for you. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Jingle.
Ooh, that was
I
nice.
had to change it up.
I like that. He surprised me.
There you go.
Very nice. Before we get into the House of Mouse headlines, I do have to... Yeah, Patrick, every once in a while, it's pretty rare. I'd have to say, but we make mistakes on the show.
Okay, I feel like we've been... It's not every once in a while anymore. I feel like every time.
No, actually, I feel like it's been a while since we've had to do one of these. But in the last episode with Aaron, we were talking about the great movie.
Okay, so
ride.
it wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Bye, I'll stay out of this one.
Okay. So Aaron said something that I will say I questioned at the moment, but I was like, he seems pretty confident about this. I'll let him go. But he said that Fred Astaire was in Singing in the Rain. And I said, oh no, that's not Fred Astaire. That's Gene Kelly. He's like, no, the other guy is Fred Astaire. I have never gotten so many emails, comments, tweets about an error, which cracked me up because it's really not a Disney error. It's a Singing in the Rain error, which is MGM.
Yeah.
We are aware it is not Fred Astaire. We apologize to you diehard Singing in the Rain fans out there. It is Donald O'Connor in that role. Aaron was very
Which I think
ashamed.
that used to be part of the old script, now that I hear that name.
Oh, really?
They're like Singing in the Rain with
Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, and Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah.
I almost messed up Debbie Reynolds. Oh my God, can you imagine if I just messed that up, the amount of messages we would get for that?
Yeah.
So, in any case, I did want to...
What was the first... Oh, Footlight Parade.
Footlight Parade, yeah.
I'm like, what's the first one you go by?
Yeah, Footlight Parade, and then Singing in the Rain, then Mary Poppins is the musicals section. So I just wanted to mention that. We are aware. Thank you for all of your messages. And it was hilarious. I do want to mention before we get to the House of Mouse headlines, have you had a chance now? Oh, no, I don't think you've been back to do the railroad and stuff. I know we've talked about it.
Not.
It's great. It's really, like, the updates are wonderful. And I did the Mark Twain, and the waterfront's beautiful. The only thing I will say, are you going to do the Mark Twain today? Probably?
Maybe.
Okay. Well... So you know the storyteller, the Native American storyteller on the campfire talking? Okay, they've now put him up on a cliff, and he's doing the same old thing, telling the story. The problem there's nobody around him. Like, they're all down on the ground.
Speaking down to them.
No, he's not. It's so weird. I'm like, he's literally... he's now the crazy old Native American talking to himself. It's bizarre.
Is he over them on a cliff? Or like?
No, he's like before them, up on a cliff, and then you go a little further,
He's talking to you.
But he's like talking in
They
a little...
should have just like put Pocahontas up there, just like going like this.
There we go. That's how you fix it. No, it was just very interesting. I'm like, I'm glad this animatronic still exists because it's such a great animatronic, but I'm like, he's literally talking... He's the crazy man in town.
Yeah, why not?
But, and then, of course, the left turn on the railroad is life-changing, as many people say.
I'm so excited.
Anyway, shall we jump into the headlines?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
To start things off this week, let's talk a bit about the fact that Disney has now, or will be ending their contract with Netflix because we're getting our very own Disney streaming service.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. It does, I feel like the Netflix thing kind of just happened.
It really did.
From what I understand, like, this was a known thing. Going into the Netflix deal, they knew this. Disney became a majority owner of BAMTech, which I'm not too familiar with, but BAMTech, basically, their whole gig is direct-to-consumer streaming. And so Disney's going to start going exclusively through them. No idea what the cost will be per month or anything. They are saying, as of right now, it's only Disney and Pixar films. So Marvel and Lucasfilm will still probably be available on Netflix, but I'm sure that, like, eventually this will all roll out into, like... it would be really great if it were a place where, like, literally everything Disney lived. I don't think that's going to happen. That's always kind of like the Disney fans' dream.
Yeah.
But what would you pay for if they legitimately
Had every
had
Disney.
every live action, every Disney, every Pixar, Lucasfilm, Marvel, and like Disney TV? If they had everything, what would you pay per month? I'd say you could easily get like $20 a month for that.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix. You have to rival against Netflix.
Yeah. But
I say about like $10 a month.
$10 a month?
Or I don't think there's any streaming service that goes to 20. Does HBO? I
No,
feel like HBO goes to 15.
Are they even that much?
I think so.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, I think the whole right now it's the whole cable versus streaming thing, and like the reason that streaming is winning so much is because it's so much more affordable. So if they start getting to those cable prices, I think that's when people are gonna once again revolt. But at the same time, we have no place else to go at that point.
Yeah.
But I think it's exciting. This is going to be launching in 2019, and I think it's a good thing personally. I like everything Disney in one place. Mm-hmm. It makes sense, but once again, I don't think everything's gonna be there. But it would be cool if it was.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But over in Hong Kong, moving across the world, we're getting a closing of Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters based on the Toy Story 2 version of Zurg. That's going to be closing to make way for a new Marvel shooting attraction.
Ooh, so this is number 2, right?
Yeah, that we've received. We've seen concept art from before. There's like a Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's kind of exciting.
So it's going to be kind of like a bunch of Marvel properties.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. And this is now the second Marvel attraction in Hong Kong Tomorrowland? Because they're the ones with Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they are definitely Tomorrowland's becoming a Marvel land, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't they the ones that did like the whole World Expo type of theme, like
Stark Industries and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's I think that's like a good direction to head in for over there. Don't do that here at Disneyland, but I think that makes sense now, especially since Hong Kong has a Toy Story Land.
Yeah,
this makes even more sense to me. This falls under my whole Star Tours, Star Wars Land situation. So I think it only makes sense. Buzz Lightyear's in multiple occasions. How much longer do you think those will last?
I don't know. People like them, and I feel like they're in such a small space that, like, what else are you gonna put there?
I mean, I wouldn't be again. Well, it doesn't make sense. I would love something that makes sense in Tomorrowland to go there, but I feel like there's a major rethink.
Well, I mean, it seems to be going that direction. Like Tomorrowland seems to be updating more in Magic Kingdom as well with the addition of Tron coming.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. I also want to mention that Buzz Lightyear will be there to take photos for the rest of the time that it's open. So if you're in Hong Kong, if you're in Hong Kong and want a photo with Buzz, who he's kind of infrequently at Disneyland. I don't know how much at Walt Disney World you can.
Yeah, you can. The Hollywood Studios.
Oh, really? Is he like a regular?
Woody and Buzz have across from Midway Mania.
Pixar Land, yeah. Here at Disneyland, I think it's pretty infrequent. More for like, you see him in parades and stuff all the time.
He's over him and...
I see Woody over in Frontierland a lot.
No, but that Toy Story area at Paradise Pier.
Oh, is
remember that like that mirror area?
I see Jessie there a lot.
Jessie and Woody. I guess Buzz sometimes, but we'll probably see him more once that becomes Pixar Pier. Let's be honest.
that is very true. We'll see a lot of Pixar characters there. Now Christmas time is almost here. I guess we're more than halfway through the year.
I guess.
So Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam reservations have begun at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I gotta be honest, I'm very surprised they kept the name of this show. Like, I thought like that the blogosphere and Twitterverse were like kind of, pulled them apart for that. And I thought they'd be like, you know what, it really isn't the greatest name for a show. But apparently,
you can't just like change the name of the show and then it be the same show.
Yeah, you can. They did it with they've done that before. Like Fantasmic in Tokyo isn't Fantasmic in my opinion, but they still call it Fantasmic. I guess that's the opposite.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like they could have. Plus, as we mentioned
different show, same name.
Yeah. I feel like we've already mentioned that they're getting some new stuff at Disney's Hollywood Studios as well. So I'm a little surprised that Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam is returning. But of course, there's the holiday dessert party. Now, I don't know if this is normal, but they're having a special VIP character meet and greet as part of this party. Is that a normal dessert party thing?
No.
Yeah, I feel like that's new. You're also getting 3D glasses to look at the holiday lights with. So it seems like a pretty involved VIP event. $79 adults, $45 kids. Now, tell me this. Riddle me this, Patrick.
What?
Has this ever happened before? As it gets closer to Christmas, that $79 becomes $89 and the $45 becomes $49. Is that a new thing?
For reservations, I don't think so. I know for hard ticket events, like the Halloween
Mickey's Not So
parties and
Scary.
Christmas parties, the dates do vary based on popular dates, but prices vary. But
I was surprised. Oh, I was not surprised, but I guess I was a little surprised it took this long for that to happen. I was like, oh, of course that's happening. So yeah. What else is going on?
Recently, Bob Iger put a little tease out there for a third park in China, possibly.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Shanghai is doing well,
insanely well.
Yeah,
they've made their money back. They're saying, or close to it.
So it's going well. I know at the beginning we all said thanks Shanghai for everything that was happening, but it's doing well. I mean, Hong Kong's getting all their renovations happening, so maybe a third park is coming.
It's a little disappointing that a third park a new park isn't coming to this. I really want a new park at Walt Disney World. I really want a fifth gate.
Yes.
And it's been the longest period of time.
There's no reason not to.
Well, because they're in fixed mode.
Yeah.
They're in fixed mode for Walt Disney World, which I get. My fear is that once we quote unquote fix the parks or update them to the point that they want them, then we're gonna have to go back and do it again before another gate. I feel like
we'll see what happens after Star Wars Land opens. I feel like then there's some time, but then it's also by the time you announce a new park, how long is it going to be until that actually opens?
Maybe they're developing right now. Maybe there's some construction going on that people just aren't, paying attention to. Wouldn't that be amazing if they could surprise us with that?
It's frustrating too because I'm you could totally do a full Marvel park, but they can't do it in Orlando.
But here's that's true. But the problem with doing something like that, I feel is I was actually thinking about this earlier today as far as the parades are concerned. I don't know why I was thinking about this, but I was thinking about the Aladdin parade that used to be at Disney's Hollywood Studios and the Lion King parade that used to be at Disneyland. I was I love those. I love it when an entire parade is based on one franchise. But then but it's so risky because there's going to be people who don't like that. So multiply that times 1 billion with a park themed around one entire franchise. Obviously, I would go check out a Marvel park, but it's not a park that I would necessarily repeat as much. Not being a huge Marvel fan, I know I'm in the minority there. But, I shouldn't say that, because I feel grandparents going to Disneyland with their kids aren't necessarily going to check that out. So, it's a fine line.
I get it, but then I'm also some of those things saved parks. If we talk about Universal, Harry Potter saved Universal.
Yeah. Now talk about something that should have been its own park. If anything, it should have been Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Should have been its own park.
There's also fun concepts out there if Disney designed a full Star Wars park, which I don't think will happen now because we have a full land. But those are fun too.
I always love the idea of a full villains park. I like that. But I think the thing that will really get a fifth gate in Florida is if and when Universal opens a legitimate third gate. That's when Disney's going to be are you kidding me? And do it. But in any case, Shanghai's doing really well. So there is talk and conversation about a third park in China. 11 million in their first year at Shanghai. And it's the best performance for any Disney park ever in the first year. So it's a very, very impressive feat. Hey guys, it's Jeff, and I've got a question for you. Have you ever hired a travel agent and realized that instead of planning your dream vacation, they were planning their own instead? They just weren't listening to your wants and needs. Well, I've got a solution for you thanks to our Season 4 sponsor. Adventure is Out There Travel specializes in making sure that you get to do exactly what you want on your next Disney dream vacation. What specific type of magic do you want coming your way on the Disney vacation? They'll find out and hook you up, taking care of all of the heavy lifting. They're a full-service travel agency specializing in cruises, tours, single-night stays, and of course, the Disney vacation of a lifetime. So go ahead and visit adventuresouttheretravel.com for your free, no-obligation quote. Now, something surprising is happening over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. At least it surprised me. There is now discussion that the Star Wars Land model and the Toy Story Land models will be on display at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
One Man's Dream?
Well, One Man's Dream is being changed over into something called Walt Disney Presents.
Ooh.
And so there's been rumors. I'm actually a little surprised about this because I thought One Man's Dream was just going to go and be something completely different. And I think eventually it will.
But you have to go through One Man's Dream if you want to meet Star-Lord. So.
It's true. So that's going to stay. The Star-Lord meet and greet and the Baby Groot meet and greet will stay. They're also going to have some of Walt's history still there. But they're going to have like a preview center, kind of like Blue Sky that we have over at Disney California Adventure. They are having a portion. Now, the reason I'm surprised by this is because I think the rumor was always that, in fact, I thought it was official, the second floor of I still call it Interventions here at Disneyland, the Star Wars launch bay. I heard we were getting the model there. I always thought we were getting...
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
at
like,
Disneyland.
second floor of launch bay at Hollywood Studios. That doesn't exist.
No, so I always thought we were getting... So, like, this is kind of a weird announcement. Now, they did say it is a portion of the model. So maybe we'll get the other portion. I don't know. That has not been announced yet.
Weird.
But that is happening, and they're going to have some concept art as well for the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, which will be cool. And this is going to be happening in mid-September, it sounds like. The Toy Story Land model, nobody's seen yet, so that should be interesting. I feel like that's going to open really soon. I just got to keep expecting an announcement for the date of Toy Story Land. Because next summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But is the Star Wars Land model the model for California, or
I was actually wondering that. So
they're not going to be
they can't be
exactly.
No, they can't. Just layout wise, they can't be exactly the same. So
Like, it is California's. Like, it has to be because it's like along. It's like happening.
What was the model that they showed at the expo? Did they?
That's what they
did they say this is?
It had to be. Well, I feel like it had to be California. My reasoning is because just recently they had like cast members sign the biggest post, and they like showed the post in the model.
Okay.
So yeah, and someone I know wrote my name on it, so my name is on there.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I don't know. And they did say a portion of the model, so that could, I'm sure portions of it will be pretty much exact replicas.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I'm happy that like a One Man's Dream thing is still exists. Oh, and the theater will be used, they basically said, for sneak previews now. So I don't know if they're completely getting rid of the One Man's Dream film. But, that whole exhibit area is still around for now. Soon to be a new name, Walt Disney Presents. Yeah.
Well, moving over to Epcot, we're getting another celebration.
Oh,
because apparently you can't go to Epcot now without running into some celebration.
It's true.
So in August, there's going to be a pin celebration coming to Epcot where you can trade pins and do all your pin thing needs.
Pin thing needs, huh? I think this is the second year for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not heard about it.
Yeah, it's only a couple days. It's
okay. There
August.
you go.
It's more of a, it's not like a whole month-long celebration. This is
Man, I wanted like pin Sundays and like
August 25th and 26th. This is happening.
pin themed food.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Don't chew down too hard on it. You might get stabbed. Pin what?
I was thinking puns for food.
Pin
pickles.
Pin corn? No, that's
Pin corn.
no, that's bad.
All right. Well, this is why we.
If you have good
Pins.
food puns, leave it in the comments below on YouTube. The theme of it is love is an adventure.
Oh.
And they have some, I'm not a pin guy, but there are a lot of pin people out there, and it seems like if you're into it, this would definitely be a thing to go to. Would you wait overnight for this one?
No.
They do have some Roger Rabbit pins and some Figment pins and Dreamfinder.
Figment.
So there are some like kind of rare ones. The one that I kind of loved was they have a 6-pin set of Carl and Ellie from Up. If you're talking about love, like, come on, those are the characters to go to, right? And so that was super sweet and kind of makes you tear up just thinking about it. So good. And this is an event it's a ticketed event you have to register for and everything. So it's a full-on thing.
Full on thing.
But also going on at Epcot, Mission Space just recently got an update.
Yeah.
Gary Sinise got the boot, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Which, now I've only done Mission Space once, and I really don't have very strong memories of it. But I feel like a lot of people gave Gary Sinise crap for that ride. Like,
really?
People didn't like his performance in that pre-show video. I don't know.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people not be a huge fan of it. But Gina Torres is taking over. I got to admit, I'm not super familiar with her, but she's from the Matrix series, and she's the voice. She's the voice of Ketsu Onyo on Disney XD Star Wars Rebels.
Got it.
And she's replacing Gary Sinise. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming this character must only exist in the pre-show. Is that correct? Or do they have voiceover in the attraction as well?
I feel like there's a voice in the attraction, but I can't be 100% certain that it's him. I feel like it is, though.
Because only one of the missions changed. So,
Yeah.
if they had to re-record new stuff for the new mission, obviously, I get that. But
No, in the beginning...
I feel like you used to hear his voice in the attraction,
Yeah.
but never seen on screen.
Yes.
So my guess is that they have to remove his voice from the attraction as well and add hers, even on the mission that already exists.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. But she's replaced him in all the video pre-show stuff. So Mission Space is keep getting updates, and it looks like it's not going away anytime soon. If they're gonna honestly, I wonder if this is a popular opinion or not. I would have rather get rid of Mission Space for a Guardians of the Galaxy and keep Universe of Energy. I would have rathered that. But I don't know how most people feel about that.
No.
No? Mm-mm. Well, I thought you said change everything. We could bulldoze both of them.
Okay, well then, yeah. But if you're gonna get rid of one,
Really? No, I would have kept it. I'm not. I don't like Mission Space.
Mission Space is such there's no other ride like it. So
I will. Okay, I'll give you that. Fair enough. I may not like it, but there is no other experience like it, so I guess keep it.
there you go.
Okay.
All right. Well, Epcot also has some more stuff. Like we talked about before, Disney ended their contract with Siemens. So Siemens has now vacated completely from Epcot, and Disney had an immediate takeover of Spaceship Earth.
This is weird because of.
It just happened very fast.
Apparently, there's some real anger and tension
Yeah.
between them. Did you hear what they tried to do?
No.
So Siemens, instead of paying them for a sponsorship, tried to give them a whole new fleet of monorails. That was the deal they wanted to make. They said, instead of us giving you money, we'll give you a whole new fleet of monorails for the sponsorship. Mm-hmm. And Disney said no. And apparently this made Siemens really angry from what it sounds like. Why would you say no to that?
Yeah.
Unless the monorails are going away. Unless there's a 10-year plan or something where they're like, listen, we don't see monorails as our mode of transportation so much anymore.
We see minivan.
I mean, yeah, minivans and the gondolas. Now
But monorail is such a
I agree.
classic.
I completely agree, but haven't they had a lot of trouble with it lately?
Yeah.
That's why I think it's weird that they said no. Because they've had so much trouble, I'm like, okay, if this is something that they see as a future of the Walt Disney World Resort, obviously you take the new monorails, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I find this interesting and very weird. But yeah, Disney's going to take over that space. What do you think they're going to do with it? That little office space that they had. Honestly, I've never even noticed it, but I guess it's right behind Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
It was a Siemens VIP center, but I don't know.
They're probably just going to make it another office.
Or a store.
Yeah.
You can buy magic bands there.
Yes.
Yeah, so speaking, we were talking about a dessert party a little bit earlier. This one's a little bit unique. I've never heard of a dessert party associated with a ride. Frozen Ever After Sparkling Dessert Party has been going on for a little bit now. Mm-hmm. And I guess for me, the big benefit is the reserved seat for Illuminations. It's kind of like a double whammy. You're getting to cut the Frozen Ever After line, plus reserved seat for Illuminations, which is pretty cool. One of the foods that they mentioned that excited me. Have you ever had cotton candy lemonade?
Yeah, they have it at a Cove Bar.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's not it's lemonade and then they garnish it with cotton candy.
Oh.
But you throw it in there.
Okay. That's a unique idea. I've never seen this before. I'm not a big cotton candy fan, but I don't know. That excited me when I heard it.
Yeah.
And then after the ride, you get escorted to Frozen Ever After. And let's see. This is $79 for an adult, $47 for children. And I think it's great that it's cheaper for kids, but it did make me wonder for a second, why is it so much cheaper for kids?
They don't eat as much.
Yeah, but that's not where that's not what you're paying for. I really doubt, although this would be an interesting survey to take, I feel like most people do these things, at least me. I do it for, a fast pass or better viewing of an event or something. The foods I always feel like is just put there to be like, okay, we got to give them something like material so that they don't feel like they're being ripped off.
I do it for the food.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Really?
Not to say I've ever done one, though. But I would do it for the food.
That's interesting. Now I'm really curious. Guys, leave a comment below on YouTube. Let us know what you would pay the $79 for. Is it the food or is it the experience? Because
depending on what it is. For me, I don't think schedule a fast pass, and I've never had problems for viewing of Illuminations. There's a lot.
In
fact,
fact,
a circle.
When I went last year, I stood by in Norway to watch Illuminations, and then immediately ran into the ride after, and it was like a 15-minute wait at that point.
And Illuminations is not like a get there early kind of show. It's been there for a while. You can walk up.
Yeah, so I just found it interesting. I mean, it's quite a price gap for kids to adults, and I'm like, well, the kids are still experiencing that awesome view. The kids are still cutting the line.
It's to make the deal sweet for families. They're you get $30 off with the kids.
I guess so.
Speaking of Frozen, we finally got a poster or playbill art for Frozen coming to Broadway / workshop.
Yeah.
With the article, they also released 7 denied entries, which were kind of funny, and they listed why they didn't work well.
I can tell you why they didn't work well. First glance, I was like, no. They absolutely made the right choice.
My favorite one is the one that looks like
the sweater.
Yeah.
I knew you would like that one. I love this poster.
Yeah, it's nice.
If you haven't seen it, it's kind of like you're getting half of a giant snowflake, but in the snowflake patterns is Elsa's silhouette. Mm-hmm. Really, when it comes to the poster artwork stuff, I'm super into minimalism, and this is just beautiful minimalist design. One of those things that I feel like for Broadway shows, the big thing is you just need a simple visual that when the second people see it, even if there's no words on the poster, they know what it is. For instance, the Phantom of the Opera mask. Mm-hmm. That's all you need. And I feel like that's the most successful. Disney tends to do that with the Beast silhouette, the lamp with the genie coming out,
Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King has the mask. So they're really good at creating that visual, and this is no different. I think it's absolutely beautiful poster for Frozen. There was one other of the rejected ideas they showed. I feel like there's one other that was that could work.
The creepy Elsa touching the snow through.
No, it was another minimalist choice.
There was a couple,
but there were some I was like, were they seriously even considering that? Maybe. There was one with the actresses, they actually showed the actress, which is never a good idea. Don't sell your show on an actress. But I don't know. It's she was kind of frozen. It was a frost over her, and it just said Frozen. And I was like, this looks like a joke, kind of. But in any case, the one they decided to go with, absolutely stunning and beautiful. Unfortunately, in the whole musical theater world, we have to announce some kind of bad news. Little Mermaid Live is postponed. Is this bad, though? I don't know. I kind of gave him a little bit of crap for going cheaping out on this one. Because this was not
a full-on live. It wasn't live. It wasn't going to be live.
I think it was. No, it was called Little Mermaid Live. So they were going to show the film and then mix in live performance with that. This has been postponed / possibly gone away forever. This seems to become a trend now with these live musicals. NBC has, I don't know if it was postponed or canceled their Bye Bye Birdie with Jennifer Lopez. That's, I don't think, happening anymore. Little Mermaid Live was supposed to be on October 3rd on ABC. Which means we're back to ABC not being in this live musical game, which is crazy to me.
I know.
Oh, man. You know what? Descendants 3 live. Boom.
But we can't add the auto-tune.
You can't add the auto. There's live auto
Yeah, you
tune these
can.
days. It's a real thing. Trust me. I saw Glee on tour. That was heavily auto tuned. Yeah, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. I was excited for them to get into the live musical game, but I was not excited about the way they were doing it. So I would love if Little Mermaid Live is to happen, full on production.
Yeah.
Let's do it right.
Just do it.
do it.
Do it.
But yeah.
What else? DuckTales premiered on
Woo!
Disney XD.
You have to go, woo!
Woo.
Oh, that was nice.
So we finally got a premiere.
Yeah, did you happen to see it?
I did not.
Okay, it's if you wanted to see it, it was on Disney XD for 24 hours straight.
What?
Yeah, they played the pilot over and over and over again for 24 hours. I did catch it. I gotta say, really good.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm not a diehard original DuckTales guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've always liked it and enjoyed it, but never watched a ton of it. I laughed out loud watching this pilot.
Oh, yay.
I know. I was very surprised.
I know on August 19th, they're having a special D23 event at the studio.
At the studio, yeah.
So hopefully they show it there, because I'll be there.
The whole thing, do you think? It may be. I mean, it was kind of broken up into 2 episodes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but it was really good. Did you happen to do the Expo money pool?
Yes.
You did do it.
Yes.
Okay. That was very popular.
Yeah.
And they ran out of wristbands super, super fast for
Yeah.
that. But you got to do it.
Yeah, thankfully I did it on preview Thursday night.
Okay.
So before everyone.
There we go. I feel like if Mythbusters was still a show that existed, they should really do a test as to whether or not you can jump into that much money and not kill yourself.
No, even the,
looked like it
even
hurt.
the one at D23 hurt. They were hard plastic.
Yeah.
I jumped in. I was like, wait, ow.
Yeah, I believe it.
You guys couldn't make these out of foam or anything?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that looks painful.
It was.
Now, there's a moment in the trailer, or in the pilot, that really cracked me up because they do a good job setting up the whole story, and Donald is taking Huey, Dewey, and Louie to meet Scrooge McDuck. Mm-hmm. And there's a moment where the 3 of them are in the car and they hear Donald call him Uncle Scrooge, and they have the realization, because Scrooge McDuck is the richest man in town and all this stuff. And so Huey, Dewey, and Louie realize that they're related to him, and they freak out, and I laughed so hard. It was such a great, great moment. I loved it. We do see them in Scrooge's attic going through his treasures a little bit, and we see a lamp in there.
Ooh.
Which throwback to DuckTales the movie. Although I don't know if it's going to really be a throwback, because at that point Huey, Dewey, and Louie knew him already. But in any case, there's a lamp in there, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Now, did you watch the original a lot?
Not every episode. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Donald a big part of the original? I feel like he wasn't, but
He wasn't a huge part, but he's still part of it.
Okay, so he was in every episode?
No.
No. Okay. He seems to be a bigger part in this one than the original, but I don't know since I haven't watched a ton of the original. But at the end of, I guess, I don't know if they're calling the first 2 episodes the pilot or what, but the end of the second part, let's say, we see in the attic a painting or a photo of Scrooge McDuck and Donald on their adventures, and there's a piece of the canvas that's folded over, and one of the nephews folds it up and sees
A map of Disney.
no sees a woman duck, and he goes, "Mom," and then cut to black. Spoiler alert. Sorry. Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
Daisy.
there's cliffhangers here. I love this.
Maybe Daisy Duck.
Maybe it's Daisy
be-
Duck.
Donald, you didn't text me on Christmas.
That's pretty accurate. Considering how much Daisy's voice changes all the time, I wouldn't deny that was a real Daisy voice.
It's good. I hate her in Mickey's Friendship Fair.
Yeah.
She comes out, it's Donald, you ruined everything. I'm like, oh, damn.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Also going on, speaking of TV stuff, down at Walt Disney World, we called it, the American Idol auditions started there.
Yeah.
Now, as we know, American Idol has moved to ABC on August 17th, which I believe is tomorrow, if you're listening to this on the first day, I think. Mm-hmm. At Disney Springs, 6 a.m. registration. Auditions start at 8 a.m. Good luck. American Idol's back. Do you think there's any chance of the American Idol experience returning?
I hope not.
I do too, but it drives me nuts to think that it was in the park for all these years when it wasn't official Disney, and now it's official Disney and it's not in the parks.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? We couldn't have worked that out a little better?
Nope.
Bummer.
We got some new casting news for the Lion King live action movie.
That's true.
Rafiki and Sarabi have been cast. Alfred Woodward will be playing Rafiki.
Yeah.
And John Kenney? No, John Kenney will be Rafiki.
No, yeah. Alfred Woodard is
with
playing
Sarabi
Sarabi.
and John Kenney playing Rafiki. I don't know either of these
Okay,
people.
so Alfred Woodard is Simba's mother.
Yeah.
It's from Marvel's Luke Cage on Netflix.
Got it.
Have
Haven't
you
seen
that?
it.
Me either. John Kenney is Black Panther's father in Civil War.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
Makes sense now.
So, I mean, here's the thing, though. I thought Lion King was, like, into production. Why are we still getting casting announcements?
it like is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, unless they're just keeping really good secrets, but we all know that that's really hard to do these days for Disney. So, I'm a little surprised that this is still happening. You know,
I'm
still
just
getting
still
announcements.
very confused how it's
being shot.
yes.
My guess is motion capture, but in most cases, I mean, I doubt they have them walking around on all fours. So my guess is most of the motion capture is in the face.
Well, it would be similar to what they did on Jungle Book.
yeah,
but-
which was what? I don't even really know. How did they do that?
But I feel like the actors didn't do motion capture on Jungle Book for the characters because what they did is for the kid who played Mowgli is the Jim Henson Company built puppets for him to interact with, and they designed them around the puppets. But there's no one to interact with on Lion King.
yeah, I don't.
I was literally the most shocked I was at D23 was the footage of Lion King. Not because like it was just Lion King. I was just shocked on how they even had that footage on how much pre-production they were in. Like I was just like, how did you even shoot this? But then I was like, well, wait, what are you shooting?
You're
anyway?
not shooting anything.
So
yeah,
it's weird.
I'm confused by it. I don't
We
get it.
just want to know if Nala's Beyonce. That is the question in everyone's
I
mind.
guess that's true. At this point, though, it's a pretty good... I am actually really curious if Whoopi's going to be in it as a hyena. I don't know why, but I'm very curious about that one.
I wouldn't
You know
doubt
what
it.
they should get Lock, Shock, and Barrel to be the voices of the hyenas. So Paul Rubens...
I was like, what is a group of three that would like work? Like
Lock, Shock.
popular actors with like threes.
I don't know. Three. I just think bands when I think of a group
Yeah.
of three, not actors.
Who do you want to be the hyenas? Let us know in the comments below.
Sure, a group of three. I'm trying to think if there's like some sitcom. I was like the women from The View, but there's like 5 of them. Like, well, which would include Whoopi, by the way. Duh. I don't know. A group of 3. Dylan and is it Cole Sprouse? Is that their names?
That's 2 people.
Yeah, and plus somebody else.
Okay.
There we go. 3. Anyway, I think we should leave the Lion King casting to the pros because we're doing quite a terrible job here trying to figure it out. But let's see. Speaking of movies, Luke is not alone. It's official. We found out at the end of, what was the last movie called?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. I'm just like episode 7. Force Awakens. We see Luke on this island, and Rey shows up, and we think, oh, he's been here alone. He's the last Jedi, the last surviving Jedi. He's alone. No, he's not. Sorry. But they I was going to say leaked, but they released some photos. We see that there are caretakers on Luke's island, and they're weird, and they're an all-female alien race.
Have you seen some of the photos that came out?
No. I mean, I've seen this one.
Yeah, there's a bunch that have come out recently, and it's some of it's like very like old school like puppetry like characters almost. Like it looks like Dark Crystal characters.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like
interesting.
this weird like old school Yoda.
I mean, they had that in Force Awakens.
With who?
They definitely, I don't know.
Well,
Just
in the
aliens in
cantina and
yeah,
stuff,
they
but-
definitely brought back the practical aliens. And I hear this one's even more practical heavy. I think that's what I heard, or maybe I made that up in my head. But I feel like I've heard that. Yeah, these caretakers are creepy fish-like
Yeah.
aliens, and they've been there for many, 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 many years before Luke, apparently. So I can't believe that that's movie so close. Like,
December.
yeah, that's really close. I do feel like we've kind of the whole thing I was worried about, a little bit of a Star Wars overkill, because I remember with the prequels, even though most people don't like them, but it was like every 3 years, and you're like, another Star Wars movie's coming out. Like, you're kind of anticipating and waiting for that. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just like, every year. And I don't know. I just, I feel like
It's coming.
I mean, when The Force Awakens came out, the buzz was like through the roof, and you like felt it. Now I'm just like, I don't know. Do you think that we're going to get not Ghost Galaxy, Hyperspace Mountain back with this new film?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I would kind of like it to come back to Disneyland. It's one of my favorites. Anywho, I think that's the news for the week. Anything else you want to add?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, then I think that means...
It's trivia time!
Hey folks, today for Trivia Time, I have Matt here with me from the Mad Chatters podcast. You've heard me talk a lot about their zany show here on Disney Coast to Coast. You can find them at madchatters.net. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the show.
Hey there. It's my pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Well, today we're talking some trivia about a classic attraction, the Haunted Mansion. So would you like to talk to me first, or ask me a question first, or shall I ask you?
Why don't you shoot first? I'll give you the courtesy since it's your show.
Okay, thank you. So my question has to do with the facade of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. Do you know what year that facade was finished, and then finally what year the ride actually opened at Disneyland?
Disneyland. I'm going to say that the facade, I know both are in the 70s.
That is incorrect.
Oh. Both are in the 60s.
That's correct.
Yeah. Let me shoot for two dates then. I'm going to say 60 for the facade and 67 for the ride.
They're both a little higher.
61 and 68.
No.
Can I go $1? No, 62 and 69.
Okay, go up one from 62.
Okay, 63.
1963, the facade was finished.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the ride actually opened in...
It's not in the 70s. So
It's not the 70s.
You said they're both a little higher to begin with, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 68. 69? That's where I stopped, right?
1969, yeah. So 1963 is when the facade was finished. Just think of that. Just think about that for a moment. 6 years between the facade, and we complain about Pandora, guys. I mean, that's an entire land, and the one attraction. Of course, now the story behind this is that in 1963 it was completed. This was their project they were working on. Of course, at that time Walt Disney was still alive, but the 1964 World's Fair became a lot of their priority. So it kind of just sat there completed as a really good marketing piece if you think about it. But it wasn't until 1969, which is years after Walt's death, that it was completed. That's just crazy to me. So
it's crazy. Do you have any idea when the this should be a trivia question? Do you have any idea when the radio drama advertisement kind of thing for the thing was released?
What do you mean the thing like with the famous Hatbox Ghosts?
I don't know. There was like a radio,
like the vinyl record. Yeah,
like a ham radio deal.
I want to say that was like right around the opening. I think maybe slightly before the opening. I don't know for sure, but I want to say it was like either 68 or 69 that was released. And yeah, the Haunted Mansion went through a lot of changes. A lot of people know it was originally intended as a walkthrough. There's this whole Museum of the Weird thing that was attached to it. And I love the facade of the one at Disneyland. It's interesting because I loved the whole, it's actually a mansion. I hate that the Haunted Mansion in Florida isn't called the Haunted Castle, because it's really not a mansion.
Yeah.
Right? It looks like a castle.
Yeah.
So,
mansion being the one there being a kind of a Southern plantation looking deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I don't like about it, and I know this was Walt's idea and desire, so this is kind of blasphemy on my part, but he wanted the exterior to look very clean and proper. I never really liked that.
Yeah, you know me too, and at the risk of blaspheming Walt, I've always thought that. Like, well, that doesn't really go together.
Yeah, and I've heard some Imagineers who have like really been not happy about the fact that like Paris's and even Florida's are really run down outside. But I'm like, I think that fits the story personally.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, what's your trivia question for me?
Mine has to do with the music, or not so much the music, but the lyrics.
Okay.
Everyone knows and loves the theme song from the Haunted Mansion, Grim Grinning Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
The music, the wonderful music being composed by Buddy Baker. The lyrics coming from Xavier Atencio. But do you know what poem? Or let me ask you this question. Let me ask it this way. I should just rephrase it because that's super hard. We'll go with the author. The title song from the Haunted Mansion, Grim Grinning Ghost, got its title from a poem by this famous playwright/poet. I'm
cheating here because I think we've done a similar trivia question on DCTC. I think this is Shakespeare, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, and it was the term Grim Grinning Ghost came from a Shakespeare play or
it was a poem called it's two Greek gods, Adonis and someone else.
Yeah, I find that fascinating because I mean, Grim Grinning Ghosts, I think everybody thinks Disney when they hear that. So it's funny that was inspired by William Shakespeare. It's been around.
Well, it's one of those things that it's one of those things like, yes, that phrase is there. I would be curious to know, did Extensio, when he's writing the lyrics, base it off of that phrase knowing it's from Shakespeare, or was it just a phrase that they came up with knowing that line from somewhere?
Do you think it was something like that? That's an interesting question. My assumption would be is that like he was an educated man who probably knew it from Shakespeare, because I doubt people were going around just saying Grim Grinning Ghosts.
Grim Grinning Ghosts, yeah.
It's
just a thing.
It's been like a Grim Grinning Ghost kind of night, you know? I doubt that was the case. So probably in research, but that is a great trivia question. I love that one. So thank you so much for coming on the show, Matt. You can catch Matt and all of his wacky friends over at madchatters.net. Thank you very much.
My pleasure again.
Okay, folks, hope you enjoyed that trivia time. Before we leave, I do want to mention that this past weekend was the closing. I feel like we've been talking about it forever, but I can't not mention the closing of the great movie ride and the Universe of Energy over at Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Man, this was rough. Change everything, says Patrick. You jerk. Come on, tell me, which one are you sadder to see go?
I guess Great Movie Ride.
Yeah. You should have been a spieler on the Great Movie Ride. You would have been a great host. Oh, hey guys, look, there's like a guy who's trying to rob us. Ooh.
My favorite memory ever from Great Movie Ride.
Is this with me?
Was it with you? Was it the Ashley?
Yes. That was with me.
That's great.
Okay, set up the story.
You're on Great Movie Ride. And like, of course, when you ride anything over and over, you know, like the script. So I'm like, we're like waiting for the person to come on. They come around the back, and I'm like, watch this girl's gonna come. It's like, hi, I'm Ashley, and I love movies. Yeah. Let me take you. And sure enough, this girl walks by, and she comes on. She's like, hi, I'm Ashley, and I'm like, there you go.
It was quite a funny moment, and I remember leaning over to you and be like, oh, do you know her? And you're like, no.
Like,
this girl looked like an Ashley, I guess. But yeah, so goodbye to those two great attractions, and we got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and a Guardians of the Galaxy attraction with no name as of yet to look forward to.
Bye, Ashley.
And no dates for either of those yet, though, huh?
No.
We just keep hearing about the 50th anniversary. That's like, that's the go-to right now. Anything they announce like by the 50th anniversary. So before we do run, I want to give a shout out to Kira Guthrie. Hi, Kira Guthrie. Patrick, say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Kira.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
You know what else is leaving?
What?
Main Street Electrical Parade!
That's true. I know. But here's the interesting thing. Sorry, before we go, Kira Guthrie, thank you so much for leaving a 5-star written review on iTunes. But yes, no, Main Street Electrical Parade is coming to a very fast close. Was it August 20th?
Yeah.
At Disneyland. But they still are not saying retirement. I did see a tweet recently, though.
World, you can have it back. Stop complaining.
I honestly think they're going to send it back.
Like, we don't want it. We're keeping paint. Sorry about it.
So here's the good thing about Main Street well, there's a lot of good things about Main Street Electrical Parade closing. Sorry, hate mail's coming in. Paint the Night is coming back, so that's good thing number one. Number two, the best thing about a Main Street Electrical Parade is the peanut butter and jelly chocolate eclairs. Those are insanely delicious. They're now selling 2 for the price of 1, or at least they were at one point. Because I think they ordered too many of the Main Street Electrical Parade chocolates.
haven't had them.
You need to have one. It's over at Jolly Holiday.
Okay.
So Patrick, I do not get excited about foods. This is so ridiculously good.
I feel like you get really excited about peanut butter and jelly things because you're also excited about the milkshake over the primetime diner.
But that's so worthy. That's so worthy of excitement.
I hate the primetime diner. Change everything.
I'm not a big fan of primetime diner. I know people love it. I would take Sci-Fi Diner like a billion times before primetime. But peanut butter and jelly milkshake, so good. And then a bunch of the merch is like on sale if you want to get that stuff. I did think they sent out a tweet, and I thought it was one of those situations where they were selling the light bulbs again. I was like, don't do this again. I mean, you've already done this one. But I really expected the end of this run to be like the farewell retirement finale. And they're not saying anything about that.
Yikes.
Maybe it'll tour the country.
Go down your hometown street.
Yeah, I think that would be a huge success. Can you imagine? That'd be great promotion.
The hardest setup.
I mean, they did it in New York.
Just give it back to World. So they can stop complaining about things.
I don't think that's going to stop complaining. I don't think they want it back.
Well, you can have it.
But they don't have a nighttime parade. They have not announced anything about a nighttime parade for Florida.
You can have Paint the Night.
Interesting. No.
Here's an interesting. It hits the 50th.
Here's an interesting idea. Put it in Disney's Hollywood Studios. It needs stuff. I do feel like the nighttime stuff has really been. They've got a lot of nighttime stuff now. They've got 2 projection shows, a fireworks show, Fantasmic. So they've got stuff. But
did Pixar end yet?
If it didn't, you mean the live music?
Yeah,
thing?
it's supposed to be just a summer thing.
Yeah, it's a summer thing. So if it didn't, it will be soon. But Main Street Electrical Parade in Disney's Hollywood Studios, at least it would give them something.
I'm like thinking of the parade route. It works because it's not blocked off yet. But I feel like it's not long.
Because of construction, it would be a problem.
Yeah, but also I feel like Main Street Electrical is so long. Like the beginning of the parade would be ending still on the back and still coming out.
Maybe an abridged version. A Main Street Electrical Parade
without the
street party.
Without the bacon.
Main Street Electrical Parade street party. Without the bacon, is that what you call the America section?
Yeah, it looks like a very long strip of bacon.
Anyway, yes, you're right. Main Street Electrical Parade is closing soon. For those of you who love it, I hope you've enjoyed it here at the Disneyland Resort.
Bye-bye.
I hope you got your fill, because I don't know.
I only saw it twice.
I saw it 2 or 3 times, but I will admit, after I only purposefully saw it once. The other times was waiting for fireworks type of situation. But yeah, I'm ready for Paint the Night. When can we do this again? Oh, oh, oh. I never want this to end. Oh, oh, oh.
At California Adventure.
Yeah, at DCA. Anyways, guys, once again, that shout out to Kira Guthrie. Thanks so much for leaving a 5-star review on iTunes. If you want to shout it on the show, it's so simple. Go to iTunes, leave that 5-star written review. If you don't know how, go to DisneyCoastToCoast.com. Check out the frequently asked questions. The answer is right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Bye.
Okay, have a fantastic week, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for watching Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.